All righty, here we go. Welcome everybody to the Sunday Night Live, the June edition. So it's been a little while since I did a traditional Sunday Night Live. I think the last one we did was, this is June. It was over 2 months ago when I was traveling. I didn't do them for those 2 months, but then after the accident, when I got back, Lisa and I, after Mother's Day, we did that live. So I want to say thanks a lot, everyone, for being a part of the 2.0 family and tuning in. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. Maybe I can get a thumbs up in the comment, just so everyone lets me know you can hear me. There's Coal Region Explorer was in here nice and early. And if you did not see, you can see the banner right behind me. So that was from our meetup. So if you see the banner, Coal Region Explorer is one of the YouTube creators that was there and actually put out a video. So I didn't put out a video. Let's see, an Aloha family. I want to get a thumbs up just before I keep going. Just to make sure that you guys can hear me, because I don't want to go 20 minutes. Sound is fine. Thank you. God bless you, brother. That's Elric the Blackheart. And so we've had, kind of a journey. And I do want to say that the last video that you saw, which was the side-by-side, that 43-mile loop that Dave and I did, that one was going to come out last Thursday. It was going to come out the week before, but when I put that first one on, it was like the worst video I ever put out, like as far as views. So I switched them up and put that one, not last week, the week before last, and that was with the huge, let me get it up on the screen, which was the huge cactus, the saguaro cactus. I'm gonna add this. So I didn't stand next to it long enough. I just did in that one clip, but you can see in that picture how huge that thing was. It was over 30 foot tall. I was talking to Todd, and he goes, "You know what?" He said, "You should have stood there longer next to it," because I didn't realize how big it was. So I wanted to throw this picture up there. There's the old Subaru. So, but in that, I had said, comment AZ Rock. So that was all before the accident. So when I had the accident, I actually couldn't, I had to I got the rock, just so y'all can see it. This is the rock. All right. So when that next video came out, I couldn't give it away because that one was filmed before. So I put that video out on a Thursday to give me a little bit more time, because a lot's been going on since the accident. Everything from, just the one traveling back home, the dealing with the insurance company, just so many different things. But I do want to show you, there's some things, but I want to say hi to everybody first. So let me get a little situated here again, because I know this one is scrolling pretty fast, and let's give a little bit more time for people to come in. But if you want to see, a video about the meetup, and I didn't film that day because it's really not about me. I was trying to make it for other creators, but they're, one so that they could also meet other creators. It was a real awesome experience, and it's just been really neat. But with, just having the accident, getting home and everything, and getting to that location, I was pretty overwhelmed. In a sense, I don't show overwhelmingness too often because I know God gives me grace. But sometimes I let little things, kind of get me worked up. And I don't have the peace which passes all understanding all the time, right? So with everything that I was going on and having the meetup and stuff and seeing that it was going to rain, oh man, it poured. But a lot of people came out. And like I said, a Shy Guy put out a video. Multiple ones did. And if you did put out a video, make sure that you put those hashtags. I think there was 3 hashtags. That way they continue to pop up. I see them. I believe 210 Outdoors. Well, he went live during it. So there was a lot. There was a lot of people filming, but some of us didn't film just because we wanted to be in the moment and talking to all those who traveled so far to come there. I know, Axton, young man that was there, his grandfather brought him down from Michigan. What a blessing. That was just really cool. So I want to thank everyone that made the journey and came out. And just to let y'all know, let me just throw it up here. Banner. 1 second. So if you're thinking about it, it's going to be on the 29th next year. It'll be May 29th. It's the same weekend as Memorial Day every year. And I'm looking at a couple things. It just takes so much to plan certain things. But I am looking at a state park that's not too far away. And I believe because if you go right around Knoebels, cost is pretty expensive and they sell out very, very quickly. But there is a state park about 45 minutes away. It's only like $16 a night, which is really cheap. So I'm thinking of going to talk to them and see if we can get like quarantine an area in the woods where you can hang a hammock, you can put a tent in. You want to bring an RV? Bring an RV, but there are some sites with electric and stuff and a lake. Very nice. So that's all in the plannings eventually. Oh my goodness, I'm jumping all over the board so early. So let me just scroll back up here. So we got Cole Region in the house. Let me do it this way. Comments. And I do want to say that this is also going to be question and answer. My one power bank just kicked on. That's what that noise was. So it is going to be question and answer. So if you got any questions for me, shoot them to me. But we're going to talk about some different things tonight. But like I said, I wanted to say hi to different people. Oh, that's a going fast. Yeah. Oh, I'm scrolling back up to the top on this side. So we got Cole Region. We got Shy Guy Adventures. Oh, my goodness. Everybody's coming in. That is so cool. David Coffee. Hey, David Coffee Flow. I like that. That is pretty cool. Then let's see. There's my brother Alric, the Blackheart, who is also a Christian brother who came to know Christ through this channel, which is so awesome. But Cure 4 PD. Hey guys, how are you all doing? It feels so good to get back together again. We got Gray Will. Good evening, all. We got Brad. Brad just took a big camping trip. So he goes for like 7 to 11 days. Man, he sends me pictures, just this lakes that are way out there. He hikes into it. I've wanted to go with him for the last couple of years, but I can never get it managed. DJ, how are you doing? Good to see you in here. CC Depp, nice to see you. So what I'm planning on doing is about every 15 minutes or so, if you do put a question in here, I'm going to scroll and hit the questions as well. All right. Speaking of, I just came into a question. So CC Depp says, specific question mentioned above. How do you keep snakes from climbing your trees you hang from? Prayer. So I always pray a hedge of protection on me. So definitely, but that's the only way I know. So far, so good. Have not experienced any snakes wanting to climb into bed with me. However, I did talk to a hunter, like a python hunter down in the Everglades. And he told me if you're ever sleeping on the ground and you wake up and there's a snake, a python laying next to you, he said it's measuring you. So get up and leave because it's measuring you to make sure that he won't kill himself by eating you. So I was like, oh, good to know. So I've just never experienced anything. So, like I said, we're going to get right into these questions since I see a couple here. Uh, well, uh, I thought I was going to. I lost my spot already. Goodness gracious, that didn't take long. Come on, Tony. Uh, mm, there we go. Oh, hey, you heard anything about the accident? Who's at fault? Says Ace of Hearts. Well, probably me. So, because I was at a stop sign, I looked both ways. I lost all navigation, and when I pulled out, um, that's within seconds the tractor trailer hit. So I do have a small fine that I've got to pay very soon. All right. Thank you, Shy Guy. Use Q. Hey, Homeless Santa, good to see you as well. All right. So let's see. There's a couple more things I wanted to kind of shoot to you. So speaking of the accident, this is one of the last pictures I took of the old Subaru. So that picture was taken in the morning. Well, probably around noon or 1 o'clock. That's White Sands, New Mexico. And I was only in there for a short time. I just come up from El Paso and I was in White Sands. And I took this picture of the old Subaru. That was the new Subaru. So that was a picture of the Subaru. And I filmed a little bit, but I wasn't planning on doing a video. I just grabbed a couple shots. I didn't want to spend too much time there because I'd really like Lisa to go on some of these adventures with me. And I thought, you know what, I'll save this for another time when I come out in that area. And so I just took this picture. And the more I look at that picture, it's kind of surreal because it's a white Subaru. It's all white around it and blue sky. It almost looks like the old Subaru made it to heaven, right? Oh, that is so cool. So we do have 67 people watching. And I do want to say that that picture, there was one other picture. I don't have it up here, but once I got into Texas, I came over a mountain. It was Cloudcroft Mountain. It was like 83 degrees down below in New Mexico. Then when I went up over the mountain through Cloudcroft, it was 51 degrees on that mountain. And then I headed down in to Texas. And I stopped because there was a dead coyote right on the road. That is the last picture of the car that I have. I didn't want to put that up because what I did is I pulled out off on the side of the road, opened the door, and then went over to the coyote, got a picture of it. But I put the phone real low and then shot with the coyote in the center lane and the car. And when I think of that picture, it's on the center lane, the double line center lane. So it's right in the center of the highway. So that picture was taken probably around 7 o'clock in the evening. And then the accident was at a 10:48. So that would have been the last picture I took of the Subaru. And what's very interesting when you think about things, because you always think about stuff, but where the Subaru, so the door is open on the Subaru, the driver's door, because I just went out and just took a couple pictures and I went back over and got in the car. But even thinking about it now, I just came with the thought, with that door open and that dead coyote in the center of the road is actually where my car was hit. Not there on that road, but it was on the center of the road. And where did it hit me? The tractor trailer on that door in that front tire. So, those are all like little foreshadows, maybe. I don't know. But those were some of the pictures. But I do want to acknowledge that somebody had, after hearing my testimony of the accident and stuff, I do want to put this up because someone did a picture and posted it, in our community on YouTube. And I thought this picture was amazing. I know LA Actor had commented to a couple people to go look after hearing my testimony. Go look at the picture. This doesn't show the whole picture because I couldn't get the whole one in on this, but you can see the Subaru there with a protective shield around it, and then the hands of Jesus right there over it, protecting me. And then you can see the tractor trailer and lightning in the past, but it's just such a cool picture because it kind of encompasses exactly what happened and what I felt. So if you did not see Lisa and I talking about that on the last live that we put out, you'll get a full explanation of everything that took place. And so I do want to say that. And then it's a great time. You get to see Lisa and hear some of our expressions on it. I don't want to spend too much time on that because I've done also a journey home video that I would have put out last Friday, not this past Friday, but the Friday before. So just go on and click on videos, and you can go down in the comment or in the video content and see some of those videos. But I talk about show video of the car and stuff like that. And also, you get to meet Anthony, my doctor. So that's Land or Lake with Rachel and Anthony. You get to see, he's got a YouTube channel, but he was also my doctor, and he was very instrumental, both Anthony and Rachel, in helping me to get home, just getting all my stuff, helping me get all the stuff out of the vehicle and then into the rental vehicle once Rachel took me, up to Lubbock. I hope I said that right. I kept saying Laredo or something like that, but it was actually Lubbock. I think it's in the comments of that video because Anthony said, "Oh no, it was the other direction." So, not to offend anybody from Texas, but that's where I was. All right. So, but that covers kind of the journey home. All right. So, what have I done? Introducing the new Subaru. We're going to get this out of the way here quick, but there you got the old Subaru Subi-Doo, and that we had that for not quite 5 months. I got it December 29th. And introducing the new Subi-Doo, which I'm still paying on both until the gap insurance gets all covered. So on the other vehicle. I've always wanted the Subaru Outback Wilderness Edition. So, Lord willing, we got it, and it was a great deal. It was actually a complimentary car for W&L Subaru, who is my Subaru dealer. It just came off right during the accident. It came off, so when I went to go in and talk to Alex, he says, we might be able to get you in a wilderness, but it'll be 2025. I said, I'll talk to me. And so great deal. It was their complimentary car. So it's got the rain shields on it, on the windows, which I've always wanted because so I can crack the window and not get rain in the car. So it had that. It's got a tow hitch package on it. So it'll tow up to 30, I think it's either 35 or 3,700 pounds. So it'll tow a trailer. So down the road, when Miss 2.0 retires, or the channel does better, I can start taking her along on some of these random adventures and bring you guys along as well. And so that's that. All righty. But yes, so we got Anthony there, and we got Shy Guy. Cool, brother. Had a great opportunity because small plots, there was about 7 of us actually that right after the meetup, we all went to dinner at Texas Roadhouse and had a real good time of fellowship afterwards, after the meetup. And hey, we got Kenneth there. Hey, my first time getting the chat. I can't see it with the light. Line, Arizona rock. There you go. Alrighty. So like I said, so in next week's video, next Thursday's video, and then I got to get out and film more, which I'm planning on doing, but I got a lot going on this week because Monday I will be getting the Subaru windows tinted, but I'm not going to do the driver or the passenger windows. But I am going to do the cargo area, which is all the other windows from the behind the driver's seat back, because it's cargo area. So this is the rock that made it all the way from Arizona through the accident. So when we were clearing the car out, Dr. Anthony and I was like, oh my gosh, I got to get the rocks. They were on the floorboard on the passenger side. And when I saw them, I was like, oh, I got to make sure I take these back because that'd be terrible to lose those. So I put them in a bag, got them all the way back home, got them unpacked, and I took the rock out with me for the video that I just shot, which is going to be Thursday. So I already know who the winner is. But I'm not going to say it here. Oh, and I'm jumping all over the place. Let's see, what was I going to do? Oh, that's right. I want to show you guys something. So I do want to say that, where's it at? There we go. So on the live with Miss 2.0, it was so awesome to have her part of the live. She's working this weekend to work, but so awesome having her as part of the live. And I thought she was going to come in and say hi, everyone, and stay for a couple of minutes. She stayed for the full 3 hours, which is really awesome. But someone in there commented, "Hey Tony, you should make some shirts with your sayings on it." And I thought about it after the live, and I was like, you know what? That's a good idea. So if you're in the comments here today, send me an email and let me know, and I'll try to go back and find the comment as well during that live. But I don't remember who you are because I didn't catch it right off the bat. I should have wrote it down, but I wasn't planning on doing anything like that. But this is the t-shirt. So there's a whole new collection of t-shirts. Let me just show you guys this. Pretty cool. So one adventure at a time. There's another one as well, but we got, yeah, it is. Yum. And then here we go. We got the random adventures with the mountains, and then also one adventure at a time. And then there is, I think there's even a squirrel one. I can't remember. But those are, if you go onto a video, you can go to the t-shirt shop and check those out. But I do want to find out who gave me that suggestion, and then you send me an email and I will send you a shirt. There you go. As a thank you for giving me that idea. All right. So I am way behind on comments, but I am going to scroll here a little bit till I find a comment. Hey, Dave Fisher, don't be distracted by GPS while driving. Use maps memory, old school. So, that is very interesting. So I want to show this. So yes, no, GPS. So if you watch that video where Dr. Anthony is talking, we're at the tow yard where I'm getting the stuff out of the car with him. But I was just going to say, this is Dr. Anthony. I'll show his truck and do a couple things, show you all the car. And I was like, all right, squirrel. We're going to go ahead. And so there is a squirrel shirt too. So, but I was just going to go, all right, guys, we're going to start loading it up. And he says, hey, Anthony goes, I just want to say something real quick. And then he goes into something that he told me the night before. It was early in the morning that same day, that region, La Mesa, he's been there since 2012. And he said he has coined that area because there's multiple vehicle deaths with tractor trailer annually to sometimes monthly. And So as I was driving, about 2 minutes before the accident, when I came to that stop sign, I lost all navigation. And my phone had been plugged in all day. I mean, I unplugged it to take a picture of the coyote, but I plugged it right back into my phone so it would stay at 100%. When I got to that stop sign, I looked at my GPS to see which way to turn, and it was completely dead. So I looked over at my phone, and that was completely dead. So he told me he's coined that area since 2012 because there's so many deaths, the Bermuda Triangle of Texas, which that really kind of gave me a sense that, yeah, that was, and he says that based on where I was at and where I was going, just with the GPS coordinates, I should have never been in that area. Never been. But when I think about it, who knows? Maybe I should have, right? So, how about that's one good cup of coffee, says Rough Times Bob. Rough Times Bob was at our meetup as well. And you can see all the stickers back there, people that signed it and stuff. But so I do have that coffee, the one shirt that has the thing here. It says, now that's a good cup of coffee. Yeah, it is. So that is a shirt. But so that's where this came from. Yeah, it is. And some of the sayings on the shirts, I intentionally left Random Adventures 2.0 off of the shirt because maybe somebody doesn't want that on there, right? I wonder who that would be. So, no kidding. So some people may not want that on there and just want to wear the shirt. And then people that are part of the 2.0 family sees it, the shirt, someone out in public wearing it, and go, I know who that is. Hey, I like your shirt. Yeah, no, I got this from Random Adventures 2.0. And they would have recognized it. It's so weird, something like that, but pretty cool. So, let's see. We got 210 Outdoors. 210 Outdoors traveled all the way to be there as well, multiple day, and I believe he did a live. I'm not sure. 210, did you do a video as well? I just been so busy. I haven't been able to really look as much, but as I see them and get time to see them, I always try to go on and comment about the videos and stuff. Sandy Brand. Oh yes, hit that hit that like button. Yes, thank you all very much, Shy Guy and Sandy. I appreciate that. Let's see. Pat Henkel. Hey Tony, there you go. How are you doing? Okay, let me see if I can get at Tony. If it makes you happy, just FYI, let's see this here. So my eyes are a little blurry today because looking at the computer, looking at my phone, getting everything set up, they always get a little blurry after that. And I don't want to put glasses on and go like this to read it. So, hey, Tony, if it makes you happy, just FYI, you inspired me to get a hammock. Oh, that is so awesome. I got a stand I can take with and got one I can put on trees. That is so awesome. When I work up from baby steps, I do have a question about sleeping. Absolutely. Once you get set in there, definitely reach out to me with the email. Now, my email is in the bottom of every video, and I think I even put it on the bottom of this live as well as just some of the hammock gear that I use. All right. And next week's camp is a stealth hammock camp. Yeah, I wish you could have made it as well. Yes. Yeah. My maiden voyage, and I ended up getting sick. Oh, man. Yeah. It was really leading up to it, it was oh, hey Stitch. Let's see. I just saw you pop up there on green. Can't stay long. Gotta clean up for Miss Stitch's birthday dinner. Everyone, please leave this young man a like and maybe subscribe if you haven't. Thank you so much, Stitch. So Stitch has been a member for 2 years now on our member YouTube member thing. So unfortunately, I'm letting it go on this side. Oh, thank you for the heart. Whoever just did a heart. Yeah, many hearts as you want to throw them, or the thumbs up, or whatever it does. All right. Glad Subaru didn't catch fire with you trapped in it. Yeah, me too. That would have been terrible. Hey, Tony, with an eye, squirrel. So yes, there is a shirt. I had that on yesterday. It says squirrel on it. So like I said, looks like, yeah, May 29th is the next meetup. And hopefully this is the Beard's basement. I like that. Oh, yeah, the bearded basement. I love it. Yeah. So rocking the beard. Yeah. Hey, Tony, if you come through Nashville, says Fred, if you come through Nashville, I manage a restaurant, bar, music venue. Really, that is too cool. You could have a great meal, catch a show, and I have a huge parking lot for you. Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, it would. Definitely, Fred, shoot me an email, and I'll find out where you're at. And if I'm passing through there, I'll reach out to you. There you go. Hello, Tony. Hope you're doing well today. Thank you very much. Yes, doing very good. Hey, Joe Loop, how are you doing, brother? Let's see. There's Pat. Yep. And I'm trying to get to a question. Specific question mentioned above. I did that one. So we did that question. Like I said, we're gonna jump around a little bit. We did that question. Now I'm caught up to the questions. Very cool. On my timeline, I've got more to get to. I'm wanting to win that rock. There you go. Yeah, it's a really cool rock. I do have a couple more rocks that I got out there, and I did do a little bit of research. They are what I thought they were. If y'all remember, there was this speckled one. Yeah. So that is a form of granite. I showed Miss 2.0 this one, and I said it had the black speckles and stuff. And she goes, "Is that what they use granite tops for?" I said, "Yeah, it actually is." So you can see, if you see countertops with the black speckle in quartz, that's what that one would be. Yeah. I'll show you the other rock here in a minute. Yeah. Yeah, that sky. If that's talking about the old Subaru out there in the white sands, one thing about Arizona in out west where there's not much moisture, the sky is always just so magnificent and clear, just really, really awesome at the sky, and just how vibrant all of the clouds and the blue and sunsets and sunrises. Oh, what do you guys think about that time lapse that I did on that Arizona? So I always say saguaro, and it's saguaro. The G is silent. Saguaro, saguaro cactus. Yes. I guess they call them. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to scroll just a little bit more. But the sky is so vibrant with just, it's such a beautiful area to film. Yeah, thank you very much, Ace Hearts. a lot of you guys have been here a long time, but some of y'all might be new. If you are new, throw it down in the comment section that you're new to the channel, because we have had a lot of new people joining the channel, and we are currently, the last I looked, 2049 or 51. I think 51. 2051 from 50,000 subscribers, which is the halfway mark to 100. So it's continuing to grow quick, unless I keep making videos like I did. But I wanted to put that out because it's my best friend for over 40 years, Dave and I. But for some reason, not many people clicked on it. So that hurts your channel, actually. But it's a memory, and it's for me. But I want to kind of keep the momentum going, so that we can continue to do more and more. Hey, Heidi here is here and there. Awesome to see you. Hello, Tony in chat. All right, so let's see. It's only wildlife I've run into in a hammock. There we go. Almost Santa. Only wildlife I run into in a hammock was 3 bear cubs attracting to my blinking lights. Well, it's like a little laser pointer with cats, right? So my daughter and my wife are both training for marathons. So if you want to know which daughter that is, that's Gabrielle. So she does like Instagram, but it's Shaker, Shaker. That's her last name. _ outdoors. That's Gabby, and she talks about her training. But she wanted to run a marathon, and she asked Lisa, "Hey, Mom, I'm going to run a marathon. Can you run it with me? Because I've never run one." And Lisa has run marathons and half marathons, but I believe Lisa's last full marathon was maybe 10 years ago. So maybe a little longer. But so they've been training and doing real good. They started in January training, and they got a marathon coming up in, a half marathon, I believe in October or September. And then their big marathon, I believe, is in October. So I'll be doing a little bit of stuff with her for that. Not running. But they're doing real good with their miles and stuff. So, but Gabby was out the other day, and she was on the phone with Cody, her husband, and she's running. And you'll understand why I'm saying this, but she was running, and she had a thought: "Oh, would be a great place for a bear." And she looked ahead a little bit, and then was running by and looked over, and she goes, "Oh, well, look at that black fluffy cat." Big black fluffy cat in her mind. And then all of a sudden she's like, "Oh my goodness, it's a baby bear." So she kept running, and she figured the mama bear was already up over the railroad track just waiting for the cub to get there. But it's funny that she thought it was a black fluffy cat. That's why I said that to you, almost Santa. So really cool. But like a laser pointer for a kitty. Your blinking lights. Hey, Tony, are you going to Minister Creek? Probably not. I've always wanted to go there, but in July, every year I watch my daughter Gabrielle's 2 dogs every year over the 4th while they go down to the beach, and I have done that for the last 4 years. 4? I think this will be the 5th year I've done it. So, but the 1 year, so Camp Hat, you guys remember Camp Hat? Well, Camp Hat was eaten by a bear. All right. I have Camp Hat. I haven't shown you all that. It's been a long time. I have it hanging on this tree here because I kept it and put it away. But come on, Camp Hat. So then you'll know. So I used to wear this hat all the time, and it was my favorite hat. So some of y'all might recognize it. So I had my very first meetup after the stroke, but I was wearing this because I got this down at Ocean City, and I loved this hat. So the weekend that I watched, or over that 4th that I watched my daughter's dogs. Oh, I forgot I had the microphone on this hat. But when I watched the dogs, their one dog, it's a German short-haired pointer. So I went to sleep and I woke up and this is what was done to my hat. It was ripped and torn. It was chewed up. I cut it to make the bill still that it could be a bill. And so then it was the journey of trying to find a new hat. And then that's where I started with these hats about a year later. But this was camp hat, but there for a while, I would take camp hat out with me. I'd fold it up and stick it in my backpack. And then when we got to camp, I go, well, let's change hats, get camp hat out. And I would switch to camp out and wear a camp hat. So that's camp hat. Because a lot of y'all are new, may not know what the story of camp hat. But when people would ask, what happened to your hat? I'd say a bear ate it because their dog's name is Bear. All right. Well, we got, let's see. Did he say that it's Sandy? Did he say that it's a real background? If that's for me, yeah, this is a real background. It's not AI generated. So and oh man, I put that banner up yesterday. And because this arm is hard from the stroke to get up in the air to try to hold my cordless drill, I had to do it left-handed, but it was so high up I couldn't hold the banner and that. I think it took me 2 hours to get that up. So it's not coming down anytime soon because I had to put screws up there to hold it. Awesome. Glad to have you in here, Chad. Say first time live and in chat, long time viewer. Well, thank you very much for being part of the 2.0 family. Absolutely. HangCon, an annual hammock convention, Florida. Yes. So I'm mentioning that to, I believe, somebody else, right? Yes. But HangCon is a annual event over Martin Luther King weekend every year. So that's one of the ways you can always know that is. Hey, Big Earn, how you doing? I would love to went to the poverty tour. Not sure. Let's see. So sometimes when I answer and ask questions or I'm looking through, a lot of y'all are talking to one another. And that's why I miss doing these every week because you guys miss it every week and being able to hang out with one another as well. So I certainly understand that. Not having them every Sunday night that we did for 2.5 years has allowed me to get out and do some camping sometimes on that day, because sometimes that's the only day that I can get out. Some more graveyard camps out would be exciting. Yeah. So yeah. Otto Warren. Yes, that'll be closer to Halloween if I ever do another one. So it was fun. I've done many in the past, but we'll see how it goes. But I should do one because a lot of people like to watch those. Sandy, the hands. Oh yeah, absolutely, Sandy. Definitely take a screenshot of it, or go to the community page. I believe in the community page, you should be able to download that, and you'll get the whole picture. Yeah. Fantastic, Oracle. How are you doing? Hey, Tony. How's it going for your Sunday? Very blessed. Very, very blessed. Let's see. Yeah, let's just go into. Okay, I'm just gonna scroll for some comments here. Hey, Red Baron. Who won the rock? Said Sandy. I have to watch Thursday night and find out. So and that's Thursday night's video. Won that rock. Can't be attacked while dry. Defense also. Yeah. Squirrel. I can't wait for Thursday, says Pat. Hey, Mr. Adventure, how are you doing? Hey, Tony, random question. We like random, right? For Random Adventures 2.0, what is your favorite steak so far? Ones that you cook, or which steak place? So as far as my favorite steak, obviously, it's the ribeye. Don't eat them every day. I know it looks like I do because you see a video and what am I cooking? A ribeye, but I don't eat them every day. I eat ribeyes maybe once a week. A lot of times I'll get a chuck roast and I'll do that. I'll slice it so I can do it like steak, or chunk it and cook it like a steak. That is what's called a poor man's ribeye. So it's obviously less expensive. But favorite steak place. I do like Texas Roadhouse if you're looking for chain. Like chains like Longhorn Steakhouse, Texas Roadhouse. So far, that is going to be definitely Texas Roadhouse between the two. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, a lot of times I'll tell them to hold their seasoning because I just want to put salt on it. But my favorite so far, I got a good ribeye as well. But between like Apache Junction, Arizona, and Tucson, Arizona, going through Florence, you're driving for like 20 miles on this road, and then all of a sudden you come to a it's called Chapel Chappelle Steakhouse, and it's just a white metal building, but it's awesome inside. Right behind the metal building was the original spot. And they've got a rack of ribs in there. I'm telling you, it was $35 with. Now, I didn't eat any of the sides. I got them for Greg and Dave and Katie. I told them, I said, you guys pick the sides. You get like their baked beans, a salad, a baked potato, and something else. Oh, rolls and ribs. The ribs isn't like you get a little bit of ribs. You get a whole rack for $35 plus all of that. That rack of ribs, well, it's cut in half and it's that many. I think there was, and they're thick. The one end was like that and then the other. And they don't put any barbecue sauce on it. They just have some seasonings that creates a really good bark. Oh, that's what I ate on the way home. They survived the accident in the refrigerator. Oh, the refrigerator. So my refrigerator and my power bank. So the power bank for the accident, the 12 volt that I plugged my refrigerator in with, it was broken from the tractor trailer wheel trying to go up over my car because the battery bank was right in the back hatch. So it broke the 12 volt socket. So Dr. Anthony had given me a little power bank that I could plug in AC to run to the refrigerator. Now the refrigerator The lid was up. It was banged around quite a bit, but it was still running. That refrigerator made it all the way home, and then, like, within 3 days of being home, it died. It completely died. So then the next day, the power bank gave up the ghost for all of my uh, USB ports, my C and my other one, the A and stuff. So that section died. So the only thing left on my Blue Eddy is just the AC connection. The lithium batteries and stuff, the outside, the case isn't damaged at all. But now I'm in search of a new Blue Eddy. And the reason I want to go with Blue Eddy is because that is the best one that I've found that works. I did reach out for the refrigerator. So that was the Bouge RV refrigerator that I had in there. That was a 33 quart, but it was a little about this much too high for the back of the Subaru. So I couldn't like open the lid and leave it open. So I reached out to them and for a replacement, and they did send me the one that I measured to make sure that it would fit perfect. I did get that, so I'm going to be doing a review video of that. I wanted to just do an integrated video for it because review videos don't do very well for me, but I'm so grateful and thankful for the refrigerator replacement, one that actually fits better. So that is a 22 liter. And I only ever, when I'm out on the road, I keep some waters in there, but I'll have like a dozen eggs and a couple other things in there. And then when I go and I shop, I only buy enough stuff for maybe 2 days at the most, because when I'm traveling, I'm always somewhere or going through somewhere. So I kind of, after you've been doing it for a while, you kind of don't necessarily pack your fears anymore, which is a backpacking term. You take as much as you think you're gonna may end up needing. So just after doing it for a long time, I thought, why have food in there all the time, like for a week? I'm always going through somewhere. So if I'm thinking of something, I can always go get food for a couple days and then something to get me to the next area or next two areas, that kind of a thing. Yeah. So it is smaller, but it's basically it's a 22 quart instead of a 33. So which means it takes less cooling capacity, and it really holds the cooling effect in. This one has the app, and I can check the temperature while I'm sitting there. So y'all will see that. Yeah. So I'm going to scroll quick before I get too far behind on comments. So if it doesn't have 3 question marks in front of it, I'm probably going to miss it because now I'm scrolling faster. Oh, well, I stopped to do this one. So this one doesn't have the 3 question marks. So you're lucky that I found it. Hey, Tony, do you ever go hunting? It's a carnivore thing. So I don't hunt anymore because I used to rifle and also bow hunt, but my stroke side, I have a beautiful Matthews bow that I bought, compound bow, like a year before the stroke. I was doing 3D shoots with my daughter Gabrielle, and going to courses and stuff and doing 3D shoots. So now I kind of gave up hunting many years ago, but she does. Her and her husband do. They hunt bear, turkey, small game, deer. So she generally has quite a bit of venison. So she gives it to me every once in a while, and she give me more if I ask. But she's always got it. So they do. I just don't anymore. But it is carnivore. One thing about venison. So if I were to eat that, because my energy comes from fat, I would either eat butter with it, like a couple sticks, not a couple sticks, but I would eat some butter with it just for the fat intake for energy. If not, I'll get sluggish. There he is. So this is earlier. I read Stitch's comment, but happy birthday, Miss Stitch, as well. So there's up on the screen, Stitch the Elder. Hey, Stealth Camping Sweethearts, how y'all doing? Let's see. Can't wait until your next. Thank you so much. Let's see. Every time my finger stops scrolling, I see something. Hey, Ashley, there you go. I love watching your videos. Keep up the good work. I'll be waiting to see who's the next winner of next week. Absolutely. Love that you do with, oh, yeah, with your new shirts. They are cool and awesome. Absolutely. And down the road, because I was giving a rock away, the Milky Quartz Arizona rock, because I was giving that away. I was going to do a t-shirt too, but I didn't want to confuse things. Plus, so in the next video, probably what I'll do is do a t-shirt giveaway as well. Yeah, Mount Whitney. That would be, if I get out that far. I'd love to. Like I said, if I go way out west, Arizona's almost as far as that. But I'd love to take Miss 2.0 on things. And now that the new Subaru has that towing, if I could get something that I can tow, not big, like a little teardrop or something with a little bit of off-roady stuff, I would be able to take Miss 2.0, but gotta have a bathroom. Yeah. But I would love to get a off-roady kind of teardrop. Stitch has got a really cool setup there that he was just camping over the last week with that. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. So, country campers, Tony, Susan says hello, Susan, and wanted to know how your wife is doing. Blessings from Lexington, Tennessee. Miss 2.0 is doing awesome. So, yes, doing very good. She's a nurse, and but she is doing really good. This is her weekend to work, but she is going to be done tonight and then doesn't have to work tomorrow. So that's good. But she's doing good. Like I said, training her. I took her out to that Locust Lake. It's a little over a mile around the lake. And I took her out there and I said, hey, if you want to go, it's a great place to run. And I'll just hang out there at the lake while you make your laps. And every time you come by, I'll say hi. And she got out there and she ran. I know what her time is and pace, but running somewhere new and other people are running too, you start running faster than you normally do. So I was expecting her in like 2 or 3 minutes, and she ended up, she's coming across the dam breast and she's looking at her watch. She goes, oh, I'm running too fast. She did a little over an 8-minute mile, and she's like, I gotta slow down. My watch keeps telling me to slow down. So then the next one she did a little better, but still running too fast out there. But she went around and did her 6 miles, and then we hung out there to cool down a little bit, and then came home for dinner. Tony, do you have a short story about possibly your nickname? If you're who is being called Squirrel. No. So Squirrel, where that started, Sandy, is on one of our Sunday night lives. I was talking, and because I jump around a lot, I'll be talking about something. Then, so one night I went, squirrel. And ever since I've done that, squirrel became a word that people started putting in the comments for me going squirrel. They would let me know that Tony's jumping around because from the movie Up, the dog, what was his name? Was it Bob? I forget. So, but he would always go squirrel. And so that's what we started doing. And then we came up with Random Randy, who is a squirrel. So there's t-shirts on the channel that's got like Random Randy on it. Let's see which one I got. So I put out a mug for Christmas. That's Random Randy, the backpacking squirrel, or Random Randy, the hammock squirrel. So Random Randy it comes along on different adventures, but squirrel became just a theme for when I start go off topic very quickly. Squirrel. So that's where that came from. So you can thank everybody in our live streams. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. I almost said about being distracted. You said it a lot quicker than I did. It's a personality disorder, right? Thanks, Stitch. Cool. All right, so I'm scrolling again. So hopefully everybody's been doing good, and with school ending, a lot of people got a lot of stuff going on with graduations and going, and wedding season will be coming up here soon, but it's finally warm. Oh, but leading up to the meetup, I was watching the weather for like a whole week, and I'm like, well, a week and a half. It's like it was 90 degrees out and stuff, and then it was 80, high 80s, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great. And then all of a sudden, the 7-day forecast came, and on that Saturday of the meetup, rain. And it was like going to be 62 degrees. And I was like, oh man, go from 80, high 80s to 62. Oh, maybe it'll change. So I look at it every day. So then it would be 61. And then the next day it'd be 59. Then the next day, 56. Then the next day, 53. And I'm like, you're going in the wrong direction. But then everybody that came is outdoor content creators or something associated with the outdoors, and figured, well, we knew everybody would come out. We were under a big pavilion. I've got the pavilion scheduled again for next year. So we were all dry, having fun, getting to know one another, and meeting up again with a lot of people that we met last year. Because with all the creators and stuff, they didn't get to see each other. And Small Plots came out this year. Sam Bananas could not make it because he had to go to a graduation that weekend. So, hey, Tony, background of clouds. Oh, yeah, no, those clouds were real. It's just the way it looked. Tony, for a second, I thought you said the dog got eaten by a bear. Oh, no. Yeah. No, that was my hat. Haven't been on for, oh, hey, Matt. Yes, I remember seeing you there, Madden Outdoors. I haven't been on for a while, so I figured I would drop and see how things are doing. Well, they're doing great, Madden Outdoors. They are doing really good. Oh yeah, catching up on comments. Thank you. So every once in a while I'll come by and see. Last time I talked to you. Oh, okay. Different last time. I see new people. Natalie, the Cosmos. If it's a name I haven't seen in a long time, or I don't recognize, I'll just stop here for a second. Don't you ever crave a tomato, banana, or watermelon, or any other vegetables or fruit. No. So today actually is 780 days being carnivore, but every craving I ever had went away. Now, if I'm sure that they would come back as soon as I started eating other than carnivore, but I would also have some really major issues, maybe return. And I don't want to do that. It's going good. And I did just have a doctor's appointment the other day. They draw my blood every 3 months and everything is looking great. So no changes. They said, keep doing what you're doing. Like to hear that. Oh, no. They did tell me something. I was really low in sodium. So when I say on videos, when I'm adding salt, I say, hey, don't comment because my doctor told me to do this. I was probably the lowest in sodium I'd ever been. The only thing that I attributed that to is that between the last 3-month blood work to that one was that I was traveling. I was really dehydrated. I was probably more dehydrated because I had so much going on, and I've got to, remember to drink lots of water and electrolytes and things like that. Speaking of, let me take a drink. So I knew that I was, cramps and things like that because I wasn't getting electrolytes either. And she was like, oh my goodness, you're really low on sodium. So because I was low on sodium, she said, increase your salt intake more. So for everybody that says, hey, Tony, you're eating too much salt, that causes problems. My doctor told me to, and I'll be doubling up on the salt. When I'm sprinkling it on one of my steaks, it just looks white now. Yeah. But so that's one of the issues that I did have. Hey, Hammock Mountain, good to see you. So I don't know when Daniel's going to put a video out, but he's got one coming up that you might see me in it for a minute. Or was it me? Right? Right. Hey, Tony, made it. Glad you made it. And safe travels for you, brother. Yeah. So my doctor told me to eat more salt. So I have been consuming more salt and also hydrating for the past 2 weeks, trying to get more hydrated again. Yeah, something you really got to watch out with. But some people might ask, why, Tony, why are you low in salt? When's the last time a doctor told you to eat more salt? It's because nothing, zero, nada, zilch. It's got to be another word. But yes, nothing I eat comes salted. Nothing has any sodium in it. So any sodium that I get, I have got to add it to my food. So when you're eating beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, well, I guess I do eat my butter has some salt in it. But I haven't been eating as much butter as I used to eat either. I got to start eating more. Hey, Mike, how are you doing? Good to see you, Mike and Sherry Connolly. Yes. Oh, Mary and Johnny, I want to thank y'all. I didn't get to send you guys a message back yet, but they did a monthly buy me a coffee. So they had just sent me 20 coffees the other day. Thank y'all so much. Believe it or not, y'all are such a blessing. Anybody that does donate and support the channel. Because YouTube doesn't pay everything. A lot of our trips cost more than we make on YouTube. But I want to thank everyone who does send those little things, and all of our members, because that is income that does come in to help the channel. And I know some people donate just because they see my channel as a ministry to others and outreach. And if you have it that way, thank you for believing that the Lord is using me in different ways to reach different people. It's very, very emotional for me and very blessed. Yes. He's always a half hour behind, right? Probably more than that. But I am scrolling pretty fast. And did your insurance? Yeah. So for those that are just joining in, let me do something. I'll show you all the new Subaru. So I'm still working with the insurance, but that is the new Subaru Outback. It is the Wilderness Edition. So I do still have payments on both of them. The insurance covered the first one as much as it would, but I had Subaru protection or gap. So I still have it's in the works. It does take a little longer, but I am still making payments on both of them. I just had to, well, my new payment isn't due until next month, but my payment I just had to make on the old Subaru that was the new Subaru that's now the last Subaru. And so, but the one that I've wanted ever since 2017 was and a lot of y'all know, is the Subaru Outback Wilderness Edition. It has the bigger motor for going off-road as well as pulling. So that's all part of the plan a little bit of getting to, be able to tow a trailer or something on the back. And this one does have a hitch right from Subaru. So it was a package, but that was their complimentary car. It had 7,300 miles on it, and they just pulled it off, and they had the same deal that I got on the last one, which unheard of, 0.9% financing. So I'm like, yes. So it was because it was owned by Subaru dealer as their complimentary car. I was able to get the the full 100,000 mile warranty carried over. So yes, so if you were wondering, that's where that was at. For those that just joined, that's going to be the new Subaru that you see out and about. And I am going to get the windows tinted with the exception of the driver and passenger, but I'm not going to film that, even though Alan is at a new shop over in Lewisburg. Beautiful. He was working on that shop whenever I had gotten the last Subaru tinted back in February. He's at a new location, and he's got both locations, but I am gonna film some, but that'll be included in a car camping video, like when I'm talking about the car or something like that. I'll throw up those images of his new location. Really, really cool. I'm trying to get back to where I was at. Oh, I gotta move this because I moved it over. All right. Good deal. All right. So we've got did I get all the way to the bottom? I couldn't have got all the way. I hit the wrong button. It went all the way to the bottom. Sorry about this. Steve's got is that a question? That's right. That's what we were just on. So I caught back up to where I was at. Good deal. Hey, Rick Whitson, how are you doing, brother? Try it. There we go. There's a question. Like I said, right now I'm looking for question marks. So this will be the question and answer time. No, just kidding. We'll keep talking if I think of something. So Daniel Ortiz is saying, Let's see. Mr. Tony, have you tried steak from saltgrass? No. They are very good. So saltgrass. I'll have to check that out. No, I have not. There we go. Ace Hearts. So here's another 3 question mark question. Tony, when you were talking about the dogs, when you said dog, oh, okay, yeah, we talked about it. Yeah, no, the dog ate my cat, not a bear. I think that's what it was saying again. Yeah. Oh, da-da. Hey, exploring with AJ. Good to see you in here. Such a random live, right? Well, we just jump around. Exploring with AJ. Everybody saying hi. I've heard of Locust Lake. Yeah, Locust Lake is in not too far from. What's the other lake over there? There's Locust Lake, and then there's another lake that my father-in-law and I would always fish at. I even made a video a long time ago there in the early days. Tuscarora Lake. Yeah. Any tips on cooking steak? Well, Shy Guy, my favorite way to cook a steak now is if I'm having a fire, don't use a grate, nothing. Do like I did in that video where I threw the steak right into the hot coals and flipped it in the coals and had all the embers on it and stuff. So yes, really, really amazing eating it like that. Just make sure you brush all the hot coals off or the wood when you eat it, or you'll hear it crunching. Yeah, but that's my favorite way to cook steak. But if you're going to cook a steak, so I salt it after, but the way you should do it, if you want the salt to penetrate and to keep it juicy, let it set, and salt it both sides, then let it set for a while, get kind of the coolness to go out of it. You'll see it get very wet, all the juices, but then the juices soak back into the steak and then it looks dry. Get your pan nice and hot, and then throw it on there, depending on how you want it. So I used to do, I was a cook, but I was trained by a chef. And then, so when I was hired at the Bentley Club, they called me a chef. A chef creates meals. A cook cooks chef's recipes. But so if you want to know, so this is what one way to do it. It's something you always have with you, your hands. So when you're cooking a steak, if you press down on the steak, and the feeling you should have after you flipped it, and then how done do you want it? You can go by time, but to test it, so take these 2 fingers, put them together, and that is medium rare, or yeah, more so medium rare, closer to rare, because you can see it. I don't know if you can see it. It's real soft, right? Then the next 2 fingers, or the next finger, your middle finger and the thumb, it makes this a little tighter. That would be medium. This would be medium well, and then this one is burnt. Don't do that. So that one is well done. So if you want to just check it out. How many of you are sitting on your couch doing this right now, right? But yeah, it's medium rare, medium well, and then well done. So the tightness of that part of your thumb or hand, because I don't know if that's still considered your thumb, part of your palm, that will tell you the when you're poking the steak, pressing down on it, that's what it's done. All right. So you're welcome, Shy Guy. Like I said, I was wondering how many people were actually trying it. Buffalo squirrel. Ah, yes. Oh, I do want to say, because I wasn't able to say this because we haven't been having lives, but a couple of months ago, a lot of you know Josh and Jen from Tiny Campers out, with Josh and Jen. But Josh had only about 26% of his lung capacity. He was back and forth between the hospital and stuff, but he did pass away. Jen had messaged me. He did pass away. So one of the longtime viewers and our participators in our lives, he did pass away, and so thoughts and prayers definitely for Jen. She had some health issues as well. I probably won't talk about them because I don't have to let y'all know, but just continue to pray for Jen as well, as we did for Josh for many years. Alrighty. Yep, squirrel shirt too. Uh, yeah. Good evening. How are you doing? Oh, that's Sherry. How you doing, Sherry? I didn't look at the name at first. I just looked looked at saying hi. Let's see. I'm looking for some questions, which there might be over on this side. Husband saying hi to wife. Oh, there we go. His question. Uh, let's see. Any chance you'll will reignite the review videos? I keep trying to figure out choices for bare basics. I'd love to travel with my cat and bird, but not sure how I can do that as is today. Yeah, traveling with a cat and a bird. So Sylvester and Tweety. So that would be difficult. I don't have any experience in that, so I couldn't tell you how. I do travel with a squirrel every once in a while now. Well, my stuffed squirrel. Where's stuffed squirrel? Oh, he's here somewhere. Oh, there he is. So, but I don't believe. So my idea is, so when I did a lot of review videos in the beginning, just off and on, but I stopped doing review videos at a certain point once I had everything I needed, and then so I just stopped, but hey, there's random Randy. So I stopped doing the review videos because I had everything that I needed, and wasn't really, I just had it. And I kind of settled on what I needed and what I liked, that kind of stuff. So I am going to do some videos every once in a while, but it won't be on a Thursday night. I'll just put it out. And I told, like even Bouge RV, I said, hey, I just want to include it in the video in the video I'm doing and talk about it. as part of the video. And rather than making a whole video about it, because it's going to get more views, people are going to see it. I mean, I'll still do it because I'm thankful that they sent it to me, and I needed one after that. And I've had several refrigerators, and the one that I love is Bouge RV. Now they said they wanted to send me 350 watts fold out solar panels, and I was like, no, please do not send me solar panels. Keep that. I just need the refrigerator. Said send that to somebody else who wants to market that or something like that. I mean, I could have got it and sold it, but I don't want to do that. I just really am blessed to have the refrigerator to be able to put in the car so we can get back on the road doing stuff like that. So that is here. I just need to figure something else out because the power bank died as well. I am in a little bit of discussions with Bluetti because Bluetti, out of all the power banks that I've used, is the one that I like. So I would say that if you ever do that or want to look at not so much review videos, but go and look at like Subaru setup, things, most recent one of what does he have in the car, or watch some of my car camping videos. That'll give you a good idea of what I like and how things have changed since my first one. First Subaru Outback video. Yeah, because it changes. You find out when you're on the road what works and what doesn't work, what you like, what you could change. So it's always a work in progress. So once the new Subaru is totally set up, I'll probably do a quick review, explanation video of what's in here, how I've got it set up, that kind of stuff. Oh, there it is. Okay, that's where I was at. Get that off there. Hi. Let's see. I'm looking for some more question marks. There we go. I don't know if it's the same, but I wonder about Bouge RV products like the AC and fridge. So I'd love to hear pros and cons. So the fridge, I can definitely tell you, the fridge is amazing. As far as the AC, I did have them want to send me an AC before, and I told them, well, no, I don't take many. I get emails every single day. Like even a bike, just about 5 different bikes just reached out to me, but I'm satisfied with the bike that I have. And the only time I'm using the bike is when I haven't been able to use the bike because the new Subaru, that's now the old Subaru, the original Subaru, I had put a bike rack on or a tow hitch. But when I traded it in, we didn't have enough time because I was leaving for Florida for the last Subaru to grab the hitch off of it. So that one didn't have a hitch. So I couldn't use, and I was like, oh my goodness, when I save up some money, I'll put another hitch on it. But because the Subaru hitch, this new Subaru has it. So I can get the bike rack back on there and I can get the bike back on there. In fact, I told Miss 2.0, she goes, when I run around the thing, she goes, you want to come with me? I said, no. I said, I can't keep up with you. I said, I can't run. And she's like, well, maybe if you had the bike, you could follow me. I was like, oh yeah, I'll be behind you with a bullhorn. Come on, run. So I said, just stop slowing down. I did tell her, I said, hey, get moving. You're walking, as she was leaving. That's funny. Oh my goodness. Yes. I miss potatoes. Steve misses potatoes. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. So if I ever go somewhere and it's like eggs and like an omelet and home fries, I always get them. I order them. as if I'm paying for them, because they say, oh, if you order them or get it, it comes with it, that and toast. So if you don't want them, we still got to charge the same amount. So I'm like, okay, I'll take them. And I get them and then bring them home. Yeah. So there's other people in the family that will eat them. I did not freeze. I was reading. Like, oh, Tony froze on the screen. No, I was deep in thought. Hey, Steve, how are you doing? I'm on no salt diet because kidney failure. Oh, on dialysis. Now I miss salt taste. Yeah, there is yeah. I was gonna say there was something I use pluck every once in a while. It's called PLUCK. And I think that it's like what that is it's all your little bit of seasoning, but it's all your beef organs, like your hearts, kidneys, all that kind of stuff. Oh, mm-hmm. So I'm looking back and forth. How long have we been up? I can't see that. I move my screen. Oh, only an hour and a half. Oh, that's not much. Miss 2.0, she works till 10 tonight. Well, 10, but she never is able to get out of there until sometimes 10:30 on a good night. She was there till almost 1:45 last night. And then the night before, she was there for a long time, too. Oh, there we go. Question. Matt Outdoors says, I forgot to tell you, I did start my channel that I was talking to you about. I don't have any videos up yet, but do have a sponsor and should be putting stuff up soon. That is awesome. So I was going to say, anybody that starts a channel and you haven't put any videos out, don't until you have at least 3 videos. And you oh, I just hit my thing. Oh goodness. Can you guys still hear me? Tell me in the comments, because I just knocked this thing off my head. So as far as the 3 videos, 3 or maybe a couple videos, the reason I say that is because if you choose to put videos out maybe once a month, well, then you got 3 months worth, and you can be consistent. What a lot of times people will do is says, I'm going to start a YouTube channel and make the first video, they throw it up. Then something happens, they can't get to it for 2 or 3 days, and then finally, or 2 or 3 weeks, and they film on a Tuesday, but the last video they put out was on a Friday. So then they'll put the video out quick because they want to see how it does. So it's all about patience. Pick a day, pick a time frame, like Monday, or a day, like any day of the week, but then pick a comfortable that you think you can achieve. Either don't go weekly unless you want to, weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. And then just don't worry about putting a video up for like 3 weeks or 6 weeks. Especially 6 weeks if you're going to go weekly, because then that gives you 6 weeks to film another video while those 6 weeks are planned. But pick a day and be consistent. And the best thing to be consistent is have a couple videos in the bag and know what days you're going to do. And then that way you can continue. Question. Homeless Stan says, how long does it take to get the windows tinted. So the last time that I was there, it took maybe about 3 hours. So again, I'm not doing the driver or the passenger window. I'm going to leave those just factory tint. But from behind the driver's seat, the area that I sleep in or sit in the back seat, from there, the whole way around is going to be tinted. And I am upgrading because I've got 2 windows. Well, it's actually 4 windows because Subarus have that little corner window, so it's 4. It made it the same cost for the next grade, the grade that I always wanted to get, which is if you take a heat lamp and you say have the lowest grade and you have the on the other side of the tent, and then you put your hand there, you turn the heat lamp on, and you put your hand there, and you can feel the heat right away, and you pull your hand. Ooh, that's hot. The medium grade, which I've always gotten, you have this heat lamp, which is to simulate the sun. There, you've got the medium grade, and then you put your hand, and you go, that's bearable. Oh, but it's heating up, heating up, heating up. It's warm. So the best grade, which is, I don't know if it's a ceramic, but it's CS. That one, if you have the heat lamp right here, and then you have that, and you put your hand here on the other side, don't feel anything, which it means it doesn't heat the car up. So that's what I've always wanted to get, but could never afford it. But since I'm dropping a couple windows, I'm able to get that one. I figured since it's the same cost as the last time, I'm going to get that because that will help with the heat in the car, especially during the summer, especially if I'm in there, because I now I've got the windows that I can open because it's got the window shades. Yeah. Tony is wondering if the desert background. Thank you, Heidi. No, yeah, that whole picture was real of the that was in New Mexico. That was at White Sands. That was just a click with the picture from my phone. But that's what the sky looks like out there. It's if you're not used to seeing it so vibrant, it's because there's moisture in the air and you're in a climate that has high humidity. That takes away from the clarity of the sky, the clouds and stuff. So that's why I say that's very cinematic out that way. That's why a lot of Westerns probably shot out there. Let's see. There you go, folks. Thanks for doing the link to Shy Guide's channel. Stitch, appreciate that. Hey, Lou, there he is. Good to see you, evening all. Okay, Leonard, we'll definitely be praying for you. Leg hurts down by the foot. Yeah, put that foot up. Put some ice on it. Definitely. But we will be praying for it to feel better. And we're sorry to hear that as well. Okay, is that where you were at? Okay, Rough Times, Bob. Yeah, so that's where you camped. All right. That was the first time that I ever drove across the dam, even though I've known about Locust Lake forever. So we would fish over there. My father-in-law, every once in a while, not all the time, but we would walk into, there's a dock that comes out, and then we fish there. But there's campgrounds right around the lake on that side where you come in at. But I've never driven across the lake. But when Miss 2.0 was going to run, I thought, oh, I'm going to go to the other side of the lake because we were trying to figure out where the trail was. And I saw the road go up into the woods further, and I drove up there. There's like 160 different camp spots. We drove around for a little bit up there, and I was like, oh, it is nice up here. Very, very nice. So good to hear. Hopefully you had a good time. And it wasn't bad of a drive because it's mainly you get off there and you go right to the highway, and then it's just down 81 and you get off, and then you're what, 15 minutes from Knoebels. Yeah, good stuff. So it might be a big group of us out there next year. Oh, on the coals, I left Shy Guy. I left it on the coals for about 3 minutes aside. Is what I do because I like it just above moo, but it was delicious. It was nice. Yeah, about 3 minutes aside. I'm looking for unpaid folks. I'll watch. There you go. So if anybody's got that. Unchained Curiosity. Hey, Tony, are you getting another Subaru or going to? Yep, it's the Subaru. Yep, and I got the Wilderness one this time, and it is definitely more powerful. It's got the 6-cylinder instead of the 4-cylinder. Yep, as useful check. That was to determine how tender or how done your steak is. Learned that many years ago when I was a cook. Okay, another question here from Daniel Ortiz. Saltgrass Steakhouse, a chain with 90 locations across 10 states. Can't wait your next random adventure. God bless you too. And like I said, I'll have to look at that salt grass steak. Wow, they got a lot of locations. I wonder if they probably ship, maybe. Unless I find one, I go check it out and eat there. What is an explanation of chef versus cook? Oh, thank you. That was the difference between a chef and a cook. Yeah, chef commands the cooks too, right? Yes, and then there's sous chefs and things like that. Do you ever cook chuck eye steak? I think it's as good as a ribeye and half the cost. So, Steve, the chuck eye steak. I know the chuck roast I've eaten, and I'm gotta think that. So, what I do is on a ribeye. It's usually, I just made one for Miss 2.0 the other day, but I made it for me. But I always give her part of it. So on a ribeye, you have the fat cap. That's the part that's very fatty that runs around the center. That's usually about, sometimes it's 2, but that's more leaner in the center. And I don't like eating the lean stuff, as you can tell. But that center part I give to her. I slice it thin, and then she likes her stuff done. So I always slice it real thin and then throw it back in the pan and cook hers longer. But I always cut off the fat cap and a little bit of stuff around it. But yes, but I'm not sure if that center part would be a chuck eye part, the eye of the rib eye. I don't know if it is or not. I'd have to do some thinking or looking up that. Behind the car. Yes, the clouds were real. You may have already heard that from me saying it earlier. No mushrooms will ever be as good as tasting There we go. Homeless Santa says, no mushrooms will ever be as good tasting and for you health as a real steak. Amen. So when I did eat mushrooms, I would eat the portobello mushrooms because you can make them taste like a steak when you grill them. But the Unchained, Tony, are you getting another Subaru? Yes. Already got it. Banging on it. Oh, let's see. Beef and eggs are the two most perfect foods. Yeah. Food combination provide essentials, nutrients a human needs to thrive. That, and one thing that has tons of one thing, I don't remember what it is, but sardines in water. They've got one mineral or one vitamin that you can really, it's like bigger than eggs, bigger than beef. Sardines. So throw some sardines in there. Eventually gonna buy it. There's a question. Thanks for your opinion on the Bouge RV. Have you ever tried their AC in the car? No, I don't have their AC. I turned it down. Yeah, because at the time I was like, I don't need an AC because the AC unit you pretty much have to do a little bit of different things with, and maybe have it outside the car. And as you guys know, I do parking lots, things like that. I don't want to leave anything outside the car. But I was looking for a teeny fan, like a little, like a computer fan that I could maybe put in the car and like in the crack of the window, but I wouldn't want it to be seen and just put it in there just to blow stuff out. I was trying to think of some different things just to keep some air circulating through there. Because I have window screens, but I only do those when I'm not in a parking lot. Hey, how you doing, NC Douglas? Take this stuff. Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, that's been suggested many times, but yeah, I'd have to do a video for it and then do a giveaway, then mail it to someone, right? Which is way more expensive. Like I was thinking of giving away a bike. So I mean, I had thoughts of it, but the better thing would be to do is have them say, Tony, do a giveaway and we'll mail the person the winner of the bike. Wouldn't that be cool? But no bike company said they'd do that. Because I've mentioned about it. Because when you get the bike, you got to unbox it, put it together, assemble it, and then the way they come out of the box, oh man, it takes me a long time to set something up like that. But could you imagine me trying to get it back in the box and tape it all up and make sure it got there? That'd be tough. Let's see. Only go one hammock hang. Let's see. Which one would it be and why? Hammock Mountain, look at you asking me a very intriguing question. I love them all, but since you said if I could only go to one, most likely it would be HangCon because there's so much. Not that the other ones are smaller, and you can talk to different people, what they like, what they don't like, their setups, and look at a variety. But you can also do that at HangCon. You just have like 600 hammocks to look at, but you also have all the vendors there. So And it's just a great experience. And it's in the winter in Florida. And if you're from up north, that's just a good place to be, right? Yeah. Yes. So I would say Hang Con would be the location. Great question, Daniel. And then plus you get to see people that go that you maybe saw the last year because whether it be vendors or like there's a group of us. I mean, as you know, Daniel, you, myself, and then Stitch, we all try to hang together. Mike and Sherry, we always see them there. So you start building a lot of relationships going to the same one every year. And if you cannot make it to Florida, the best one, in my opinion, is the closest one that you can get to. Let's say that. And if one day that is Hang Con, then you get down to Hang Con. But until then, go experience it. Even if you just want to stop in for the day to a hammock event, you don't have to spend the night. Just go visit everybody for the day. Usually go on a Saturday because most of them are on the weekends. Buy some raffle tickets and maybe you win something. And then spend the day there. Question from Daniel Ortiz. Last week I had to see a heart specialist because my doctor said something was wrong with my heart. I prayed to our Jesus that nothing was wrong with my heart, and he answered my prayers. Praise the Lord. What a testimony. Amen. Yes. And all glory to God for that. He answers prayers. There's okay. Ace of Hearts says there are more than 96 Saltgrass Steakhouse locations, Alabama. So that's a actual steakhouse where you can go eat a steak. I had never heard of it. Like I said, I'll have to definitely check that out. Hey, Ghost Cat on the go. There you are. So he was at our meetup as well. And so hung out with George and Ed. So if you guys know, maybe you don't. So get this picture. So we are a coffee crew, George, Ed, and I. We have coffee at a local Turkey Hill, but that's George. That guy's in the middle, but look at the size of that guy's coffee. I always go extra large. And that's Ed. So the three of us have coffee almost every day, unless I'm somewhere doing something. But we try to. And George, when I came home from the accident, May 15th, he gave his life to Christ. And so what an awesome thing. So George is 80 years old. He's been, a lot of y'all know him from the channel, and he was at the meetup as well. And him and his wife provided a lot of the, well, not a lot. They provided all the food that was there this year. They wanted to bless everybody for that. Going into I'm getting down to that comment. Did I answer that? I didn't. Oh. Show this again. So the ribeye muscle extends onto the chuck about an inch or so. A good butcher knows it is the same as ribeye, right? Yeah, I'm loving it. Let's see. for next year, we should have something that each creator can sign and then raffle off for charity. That's a good suggestion. Absolutely. Good answer. Homeless Santa, good answer. Yeah, Homeless Santa usually hangs out with us there too. Yeah. And then Homeless Santa always makes, if you watch any of the HangCon videos, like the last one and the year before, Homeless Santa makes, vendor and worker appreciation for the employees of HangCon. And he usually, does brisket and tri-tip. Oh, and because he's doing that at our camp setup, we always get a little taste. Yeah, very delicious. He does a great job with that. Am I going to the Hang in South Carolina for 4th of July weekend? No, unfortunately, I'll be watching my daughter's dogs that I do every year. Ah, there you go. 210 Outdoors. Yeah, no, our little meetup is great. Love HangCon. There's a lot of good people there. Absolutely. Midnight meets. Yeah. I have a cheap hammock right now, but it works for summer. Yeah. So, Matt, so I think I talked about it in the upcoming video, but even in the description of this live. So, a lot of times when I stealth camp, I don't take my Hellbender, my Dutchware gear. But the hammock and in fact, it says Tony's main hammock that I loved and had for years is the One Wind Double 11 with the straps, the buckle straps, and a bottom entry bug net, a structural ridgeline, all for like $68. And then if you use my coupon code, it's I think 5% off of that. But if you want to attempt to get to just sleep in a hammock, it's the cheapest way to get in with your basics, and something that if you like it, you'll be able to continue in until eventually anybody that finally gets into it and wants to just years down the road progress, they end up find themselves adding to it and then upgrading to one of the more expensive, when I say more expensive, higher quality hammocks. But to get started, I say go with that open chata. Yes, I said tri-tip. Hey, Rides with Kyle. How are you doing? Nice to see you, Tony. So I think I just had a squirrel moment. Put on them glasses. So, Randy, so I have 2 sets of glasses, but they're not close enough. Like, oh, oh, that was my speaker again. Sorry, I threw you on the floor. So I have 2 pairs of glasses, mainly for when I'm looking at my phone and doing editing, but because they're running a little blurrier tonight, I have this pair, the magnifiers. But if I look through them, it's too far away. So it makes it blurry, but bigger and just blurry, blurrier. And then I'll knock that microphone off again. Now I got this one, which is bigger, but blurry. until I go like that. Now I can see it. It's nice and big, but y'all don't want to see me standing right there looking down like, oh, what is that? Hey, oh, that's really cool. Because if you got a big screen TV, I think that's all you'd want. It's me hanging out in your living room with a big head on your TV. Yeah. So I'm trying. Is that the Osprey? Yes. 8th year, 55 liter behind me. So that's that one right there is the Osprey 8th year. And then my black one. Well, then I have, it's downstairs. That's my 36. You'll see that on this upcoming Thursday's video because I mainly use that for winter when I got to pack more stuff in it. And then I use my black one, depending on what I'm doing. I've got the black one, but that's a Gregory because that's the only one I can find in all black. I guess it has a little red on it too, but it's only on the inside. Is a great affordable end. There you go. Let's see. Is my number one hammock. There you go. Yeah, and so one of the things too is if you do get down to any of the meetups, if you can go there and actually people will let you lay in their hammocks, to test them out if you're wondering. Yeah. Yeah, I did increase. I got it very big, almost Santa, but I can see this one over here better. But for me to see this one, I've got it up pretty big, but I still can't see it because this big light's shining in my eye. I can do side lights, but then it drowns our stuff out. Yeah, Mike, that's true. What did you say the hammock name was again? Oh, go into the description, Madden, of this live, and you'll see Tony's hammock that you see most on his videos. Except for, I looked earlier, and so there's a video that I did July 10th last year. And it was the first time I had the Hellbender out. I did a stealth camp along railroad tracks. And when I did that video, it did good. But I was looking before we came on so on your analytics, you can look at the last 48 hours or the last 60 minutes. And I saw it was number one. Again, and it was like 100 and the last 60 minutes when I looked at it right before 8 o'clock, it had 100, little over 100 views in the last 60 minutes. And typically it was getting 2 to 3 views every 48 hours, sometimes 0. But all of a sudden that one just jumped up. Hopefully it keeps it jumping, but that'd be helpful. So anybody thinking about doing a YouTube channel too is once people discover you, but you build a library and then every once in a while, a video that you forgot about, like 2 years ago, all of a sudden it'll take off. You know what's been really happening lately? I put together, if y'all remember, last year, after I got back from HangCon, I slipped on the ice on the curb in front of my house. And I hit that hip. Well, I couldn't get out for a week. So I had the thought, I'm going to put 3 videos together of my winter camp. I made a thing called, it was a winter camp trilogy. And I just recorded in the studio different segments to insert between those 3 videos. It's 3.5 hours long or 3 hours and 17 minutes long. And I thought I'll just put that out so people can watch 3 videos. That thing is over 17,000 views in a year. Like, I don't know if people put it on and watch, but the average view is like over an hour. Pretty impressive. So, and I'm think it gave me some thoughts to do a couple things down the road. But once you build a catalog, it's like all of a sudden people find it and just start watching an old video. And I think, let me just see if I can see what's going on. And excuse me for a minute, because I reached the bottom of the comments. So I'm going to look at something on the screen. Yeah, the last 60 minutes. Oh, no, never mind. That's me. Where'd it go? Oh, see, now it's. Where's he at? Oh, that's weird. So I thought it was kicking off again, but just 100 people watched it and then left. So, but once you get a stuff built up, it just kicks in and out. I don't see it. Oh, that was really weird. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have to do some more investigating to see what that was, why it did that. All right. So let's see what time we got here. Let me get back on to us. All right. So it doesn't look like anybody else is commenting questions or anything. Hey, Tony. I like when I see a Tony on there. It's like, oh, good evening, Tony. How is everyone? Everyone is doing good that I know of. I can only speak for me, right? Have you seen what happened with one of my videos? I checked and saw it had a huge jump in views months later. Yeah, no, I didn't notice that, but yeah, that's sometimes they'll take a couple days, sometimes a week. Like the smorgasbord that I did, that took, it was like, and then it kind of went a little bit. And then 2 weeks later, when I was out in Arizona, I looked, it was maybe a week and a half later, it started going up again. In 3 weeks, it got over 100,000 views, which was really wild. But yeah. And then my Bucky's video. Have you ever camped in Kansas? Oh, yeah, Kansas. Yes, I did. In fact, hey, Todd. Yeah, I did. I camped in Kansas when I went out to Colorado to see Stitch. Maybe that was about 2 years ago. And I went to that butcher market and did a little tour to that butcher. And then he had given me a couple ribeyes, and I cooked the one ribeye on. But on that, I didn't film myself camping that night. I just woke up at the truck stop because my sister had passed away just before that. I left, and then so I really wasn't in the mood to film. And then I ended up driving 16 hours as I was just thinking of memories about my one sister who had passed, and ended up found myself in Kansas from Ohio. I drove all day and part of the night, good push, and then I went to sleep and woke up and I went, oh, where am I gonna go? So I went to the gas station, and the lady told me, hey, there's a butcher shop, because I said, hey, where can you buy steaks around here? Told me there was a little butcher shop, and I went there and talked to him. And they're like, hey, you can film us if you want. So I did. Yep, Todd Champion's in the house. Hey, Todd. Let's see. Typo. I did see a question, I thought. Big Earn, where are you at? I think that's who I saw. There you go. So camping in Maine would be different someday. You know, I had planned to go to Maine last year, but I was waiting for my birth certificate so I could get a passport. And then someone said, well, if you're not flying, just get the real ID. I got my birth certificate so I had my birth certificate and I went to go get the passport, and they said, we don't use that birth certificate anymore. I said, it's the only one I got. It's one they issued me. They said, nope, we don't use it anymore. It's all got to be on one side. I said, well, it's worked for me for 58 years or 59 years. And they said, nope, 3 years ago, we want it all on the same side. So I had to, because I was born in North Carolina, do online thing. And it took at least 9 months for it to get back. So I never ended up doing that. But now I think I'm just going to get a real ID, because my idea was to take the ferry over into Nova Scotia. So that was the plan. And now I don't know when that plan is going to happen, because I got to get my real ID now. My video only gets dozens of views, but eating yeah. Did I? Did I put the typo on there? I don't know. You know me, Todd. I'm just clicking. I can't see. I'm just clicking. Let's see. Squirrel. He didn't catch it, Todd. Now you're gonna make me go back up and look to see what I did, and I'm gonna put it on again. Talk to text. You got to be very, very careful. And always look before it sends. Let's see. Nope. Don't see it. So you're safe. I'm not going to put it on again. Didn't see Gene on here tonight. He is a postman. Now that it's getting hot down there, he does a lot of. He's the one that's got to stay extremely hydrated. I thought it may be a new language. Now look at that. I can't see. I don't see it. Yeah. This thing that camping with champion. Yeah. Yeah. Todd, did a parody on his last video, which was really, really cool. Oh. Now I got to go back up there and look at it again, because I just read that. I like the parody time I have. A good night, Santa. Oh, you too, Sherry. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah. Good night. Lights out. So, like I said, you guys, whoever told me to put some of my sayings on shirts, please reach out in my email. I'd like to send you one. Right, Shy Guy? That drone has gotten stuck or hitting a branch, a couple things. But I was just talking to Todd the other day, because I have the Hover drone, but mine's a couple years old, and it doesn't do some of the things that the new one does. And I've tried using it a couple times in videos, and the battery goes dead too fast. It makes one little flight and back to my hand and says, "Oh, battery not enough, warning," and it doesn't record on the way back. So, yeah. All right. So I was planning on staying on for 2 hours. Looks like we hit our 2 hour mark in 14 minutes and 42 seconds. There's 6 people still watching. But I am going to take another sip of my water, say thank you very much for coming along on this random live. No, it wasn't random. Well, I guess it's kind of been random because the last live I did was with Miss 2.0 after the accident. But previous to that, we weren't able to do the last 2 months, April and May, March. Did we do one in March? I don't remember. I had to look back on the lives, but letting y'all look at it again. I'm going to throw a couple things up here. Thanks for being awesome with. Oh, awesome. Wait a minute. Gotta get back up here. Hey, Scott. So, hey, thanks for being awesome with nephew Axton at the meetup. And my dad, Boyd, Bob, they love your stuff and watch every day. Me also, you, Todd, and the OG Steve are all. Hopefully, Axton's watching tonight. I'll tell you what, it was great having him there, and also your dad. Really blessed. They drove all the way from Michigan, and I know the second little giveaway was a pop-up giveaway, and there was so many people there that we didn't get a chance to do it before they left. But next year, we're going to plan some stuff out a little bit more with giveaways because we talked about, there was a whole group of us that went to dinner afterwards and talked about things that, we'll figure out a different way to do. Hey, there's Mary. Mary and Johnny, thank y'all so much for always being a part and a great support for the channel. Good night, y'all. So I do want to say that we had some talks. There's going to be some discussions, things like that. But really, I don't want to be responsible for the creator meetup because I do want to, be a part of it. But it's really about all the creators, and then but I guess you still need someone to organize it and rent the place, which I'll always do and help promote it. So, but it's all about creators and subscribers getting together. Like I said, I want it to eventually become very big that we take over the whole park. But we'll just keep moving like we are, right? But Axton and your dad Bob were awesome. We had a great time meeting them. And thank you very much and your whole family for watching. Really a blessing. Saying good night, everyone. Good night, everyone. But I will show you all a picture one more time of the new Subaru. That's that one right there in the center, or not in the center, on the screen, the bottom one, that is that. And while we're doing this, might as well. That's the new t-shirt collection. Almost all of them. There's a couple more. There is the old Subaru with the big cactus. Todd, I was telling him about what you said. I should have stood next to that cactus longer in the video to show people just how big that thing was. It was huge, over 30 feet. Let's take a look at the old Subaru in White Sands, New Mexico, which looks like heaven. And so the old Subi-Doo, even though she was only 4 months old, as far as to me, buying it had 7 miles on it. And that morning, I gave her a good old fresh drink in El Paso of oil. And so the oil change, which was the third one that we did since December of 29th. And she had 15,000 miles on her. But I want to say thank you to the person that made this and shared that with me on our community page. If you want to download that, but that's got a lot of meaning. The tractor trailer, the Subaru, a shield over it, Jesus' hands protecting me as I traveled. And as you know, just one little thing on my finger. Go check out Dr. Anthony and Rachel's YouTube channel, Land or Lake with Rachel and Anthony. Anthony was the doctor, and Rachel, his wife, gave me a ride up to get the rental car, which was an hour and 20 minutes away. They were such a blessing to me. Anthony went over to the old Subaru and helped me load everything up. Great couple. Looking forward to getting back out there and spending some time with them. And just love you guys. You two have been amazing and awesome. So I got one more picture. Nope, that's it. All right. Well, did we push it out a little bit further? Yeah, we did. 2 hours and 20 minutes. Everybody said goodnight already, but we see everybody's still on here. But love you guys. Thanks a lot for coming along on these random adventures. Really do appreciate you. So there's Lord willing, there will continue to be a video every Thursday. Hey, LA actor, thanks for commenting on all the videos. Good night, Tony. Take care of yourself. And thank you, LA actor, for going into some of the comments when people mentioned about the protection that I experienced, saying about the person putting and making that video, that generated picture. Thank you for encouraging people to go look at that. 210 Outdoors. Love you, brother. All right. Good night, everyone. And we will see you on the next random adventure. Don't forget, if you got a question for me or want to know more about my faith, shoot me an email, and always would love to talk to you and encourage you. Or if you need prayer, definitely send me an email. All right. God bless y'all. Have a good night, and I will let Miss 2.0 know you all said hi. And what's coming up? I'm planning a trip, but I got to be back for the 4th. So I don't know if it happened before or after, but hey, squirrel. All right. See you guys. Love you. And I don't know how to turn this off. No, just kidding. All right. Love you guys. See ya. Have a good night. Tony 2.0 out. Oh.